Welcome to Tribulation 5/15, 2011. As you may have noticed, I'm playing a little more upbeat of a tune today. And that's because, you ever heard that saying, in every dark cloud there's a silver lining? Well, that's kind of what I want to focus on today. Most of my tribulation videos, we're on day 348. It's April 26th, I do believe. A Thursday. And here in San Jose, we're having just absolutely spooky, crazy weather. 1 minute it's hot and sunny. Next minute it's like winter with freezing cold rain. Just crazy weather. But, today I'm not here to remind you of all the crazy weather or volcanoes going off or earthquakes or, solar flares. My normal pattern is I kind of talk about all that crazy dark stuff, doom and gloom type stuff, and then at the end I throw in some positivity. Whereas, I thought today, I'd kind of reverse that. So, we're not going to get bogged down with the fact that the world is spiraling down into chaos. Because, I've already said it a bunch, so you don't need to hear it anymore. If you haven't figured it out, I don't know what else I could say. Like going through the headlines, that's what everybody's doing. Stuff like this, like mad cow case rocks the state, And then we got our government telling us there's nothing to worry about. I believe them, don't you? And that's why today, rather than looking at doom and gloom stuff like, all the people getting killed over there in the Middle East, no, we're going to focus on the positive side of things. And the other day I kind of touched on the deception that's out there, how, most of us are walking around just completely delusional with our heads in the sand or up our asses. But you know what? We don't need to talk about that neither because, that's old news too. And what can you do to wake up any of those people anyway? So, what I want to do is talk about something positive. Even though it kind of relates to that deception thing. But there is lots and lots and lots of positivity out there. Unfortunately, the positivity kind of falls into two camps. You got a whole bunch of people that claim to be positive. Especially these New Age spiritualists, Buddhist type people, shaman, Indian type stuff, and, atheists, whatever, they're trying to do good things and say, calm down and, meditate or whatever. But then there's another group of people, which is kind of like the group I fall into, which I touched on yesterday, the children of the light. Those of us that believe in God and are putting our faith in God. And what you find out is most of us aren't getting caught up in any of that gloom and doom either. And there's a reason for that. But see, there's a distinct difference between the two camps of people doing good. The first group of people, they believe they can change the world. That when they look at all that disaster stuff and evilness and darkness spreading around the earth, they're confident that if we all just put our heads together, there'll be a brighter day. And that we can actually choose our future, especially if we're all thinking as one, I saw some idiot, talking about, there's a 1,000 different parallel dimensions, and it's just a matter of us figuring out which beautiful one we want to go into. It's kind of a beautiful dream, Unfortunately, it's a lie. But sounds good. It's kind of positive. But then, there's the group that I'm in, which is the people that put their faith in God. And we see a brighter day too. But you know what? Unlike the first group where they say, hey, there's 1,000 parallel dimensions and we just got to figure out which one to go in, my side of the fence, we don't see 1,000 parallel dimensions. We see just one path and one future. And we're going to be in it no matter what. The question is, who else is going to be in it? But that's why we're happy as can be. And we're actually, kind of chillaxing and relaxing. And, we've been actually told by higher powers, that we don't really need to get caught up in all of the fear and doom and gloom and all that other negativity, In fact, we've been told, hey, live in the day. Stay focused on the little things, Make sure that, where your focus is as you go through your day is focused on, what God wants for you to do. And, part of that is letting your light shine, which is going to help the world, picking your fellow man up off the street, giving him some money or some food to eat or a roof over his head. But we've been kind of told, hey, you know what, if needed, even turn your TV off, because it's basically just a big distortion of reality. Because when you turn on your favorite TV show, guess what? All them dark, stormy clouds out there go right away. Because on TV you can always find a channel where the sun is shining. So, that's basically where I'm at. I just wanted to let you know that there's a lot of positivity out there. And a lot of us are actually pretty happy about what's going on because we think we're on the cusp of something really wonderful. And that all these dark clouds you're seeing, hey, that's just a little phase we got to go through to get to a brighter day. So, I'm going to cut this one short, but basically, you can do the same thing, Don't get caught up in the doom and gloom because what you'll do is you'll kind of start generating your own negative thought cycle within yourself. Because if you're sitting here, getting scared or, feeling down or hopeless, any of that stuff, that's not going to fix your world. That's not going to make you feel better or make tomorrow better than it is today. Whereas, if you're trying to stay positive, you probably will have a better day tomorrow. So, to all my watchers and listeners out there, I'm just giving you a little friendly advice, which is, hey, you can put down that newspaper. You can actually log off of YouTube if you want to. But, just look at your daily life and say, what am I doing? What are my goals for this day? Where am I putting my energies? And, what you'll find is there might be certain things that maybe you need to put a little less energy into. Like if you're focusing like, oh man, I gotta make sure that 10 years from now my 401k is, got a ton of money. Or I got money for my kids' college fund. Because at that point, you're not living in the day. You're actually trying to look down the road. And you know what? It's pretty hard to get down the road when there's all this dark doom and gloom stuff kind of standing in your way. And, once again, it kind of generates another negative thought cycle, because you start getting frustrated. Because, when you're trying to add up the numbers on a piece of paper, because you're saying, man, I gotta, make sure that I reach this goal, that my kids can go to college, or I got a retirement fund, or, that I want to buy a house somewhere down the road. Man, the frustration starts mounting up again because, between all the things that seem to be going wrong, that you can't hold on to your job, that, prices of gas and food and, pretty much everything in life is going through the roof, that you might have some health problems, all those kinds of things just kind of get in the way of getting to whatever that goal is you have out there in the future. But rather than get all frustrated and, sad or depressed or angry or bitter, whichever one of those negative thoughts you're getting because the future doesn't look that bright, stop looking so far down the road. Just wake up, be thankful that you're here for one more day on the planet, and look at what's happening in your day, the little things. And, what I'm going to tell you is, rather than doing those things, like, hey, I got to save up money, in a 401k or whatever, you'd be much better off, saying, hey, there's a dude over there with a sign that says he's hungry. I'm going to give him some food. Because you'll put a big smile on his face, and that'll put a big smile on your face, And you'll be surprised. Even the littlest things, if you do them, and once again, that's just taking your mind off all the big picture doom and gloom stuff, but the little stuff, giving somebody, some help, picking up some garbage, like me today. I went down to the park, and I must have picked up like 4 or 5 piles of dog dew, that weren't even mine, but I didn't care because I was sitting there going, the world may be going to hell in a handbasket, but you know what? The park today looks good because I got rid of all that crap that you know, these other people, whoever the heck they are, because I never see who they are. You know, I just see the piles of crap sitting on the park lawn, you know. But once again, I'm not going to get caught up, you know, like trying to fester any kind of negativity towards those people, you know, like, hey, if I could just catch that dude, I'll teach him, you know, whoever he is. Nah, I'm just going to be happy that I made the place a little brighter, you know, and even a little thing, you know, will lead to, if everybody did a little thing today, then, you know, by tomorrow it'll turn into a big thing, and we might have, you know, a brighter tomorrow. So, you know, that's it for Tribulation 515 2011. I'm going to, you know, think positive, and I'm going to go out there and meet my tribulation head on with a smile, you know, like, hey, welcome to the tribulation. So, that's about it. You know, I want to thank y'all for tuning on in, and you may not want to hear this, but God bless y'all too, you know. So, anyway, tomorrow's a brighter day. Catch you later.